Good morning and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings in Boston. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Tuesday, March 26th. Coming up on today's show, we'll get into the weather report. Then we'll jump into some local news and a few interesting happenings in business, tech, and entertainment. But first, you'll be interested to know, 45 years ago, today in 1979, the Israel-Egypt peace treaty was signed. Beginning at the Camp David Accords in 1978, under President Carter, Egyptian President Sadat, and Israeli Prime Minister Begin, resulted in the first peace treaty between Israel and Egypt. Despite political and negotiation challenges, this landmark agreement marked a high point in the Arab-Israeli peace process during Carter's presidency, with future negotiations encountering significant obstacles. So now you know. And now you know what time it is. It's time for the weather report. And now you know what time it is. It's time for the weather report. In the Boston area, this morning it's cloudy and feels like 28 degrees with 15-mile-per-hour wind. The sunset will take place at 7:03 and it will rise again tomorrow at 6:34. It looks like we're in for areas of drizzle with a chance of showers and patchy fog afternoon. Otherwise cloudy with a high near 37 and wind of 14 to 17 mile per hour. Chance of precipitation is 40% with new rain amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch. Tonight, areas of drizzle with a chance of showers and patchy fog. Otherwise cloudy with a low around 37 and wind of 8 to 11 mile per hour. For all you beach runners out there, the first low tide Tuesday will be just after 7 a.m. with a high tide at 1. The nearshore buoy at Cape Cod Bay reads 40 degrees for the water temperature. Looking ahead in the weather, Wednesday morning may start with showers and fog before turning rainier, reaching a high of 57 degrees. Nighttime sees rain likely after 2 a.m., with lows around 47. Thursday will be rainy throughout, hitting a high of 53 and lows dropping to 41 at night. Friday's forecast includes a 50% chance of rain and highs near 49, becoming partly cloudy and breezy at night, with lows around 35. Saturday brightens up to mostly sunny skies and a breezy high of 52 degrees. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, a dolphin stranded on Cape Cod was successfully released after being treated at the Dolphin Rescue Center, a new short-term rehabilitation facility in Orleans, Massachusetts. The International Fund for Animal Welfare reported that this dolphin was the center's first patient, requiring less than 24 hours of care before its release at Herring Cove in Provincetown. The facility addresses a significant need, given the area sees an average of 70 live dolphin strandings annually. The dolphins suffering from shock, seawater aspiration, and trauma received intensive care and also received a temporary satellite tag for monitoring. Now on to sports. The Connecticut men's basketball team advanced to the Sweet 16, dominating Northwestern with a 75-58 win. Their quest for back-to-back national titles continues as they face San Diego State next. UConn's impressive streak includes 29 non-conference wins by double digits, showcasing their dominance. Despite a poor three-point shooting performance, they dominated inside, with key players Tristan Newton, Cam Spencer, and Donovan Clingan leading the scoring. Clingan notably achieved a 14-14 double-double with 8 blocks. UConn's comprehensive strategy has them poised for potential championship success, reminiscent of Florida's back-to-back titles in 2006 and 2007. Last night in local sports, the Celtics on the road lost to the Hawks 120-118. And tonight, the Bruins are on the road in Florida to skate with the Panthers. In top news, targeting belly fat specifically for weight loss is largely a myth. Our bodies decide where to store and lose fat based on factors beyond our control, such as genetics and biological sex. Although visceral fat, which accumulates around the abdomen, poses health risks, the strategies to reduce it aren't localized, but rather impact the whole body. Weight loss through a calorie deficit and regular exercise, including high-intensity interval training, can reduce overall body fat, including abdominal fat. However, no diet or exercise plan can promise to target belly fat exclusively. The variability in body fat distribution is natural and largely predetermined, making generalized weight loss the most effective approach. In business news, the US Treasury market, the world's largest financial market, is expanding rapidly, raising concerns among investors about potential instability. With annual US Treasury issuance nearly doubling since the pandemic, the market grew to $27 trillion by 2023. This growth is driven by the government's need to finance deficits through bond issuance, amidst expectations of continued government spending increases. The market's expansion and regulatory changes could pose challenges, including potential cash shortages similar to those in 2019 and 2020. The shift towards more short-term debt and the changing landscape of Treasury buyers, including reduced bank purchases due to regulatory constraints, are notable trends. Despite these challenges, demand for Treasuries remains strong, partly due to limited alternatives in the bond market. The role of foreign investors, especially from Japan, remains significant, though changing global financial conditions could affect their participation. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is now over $70,000. Ethereum is at $3,600. And Solana is nearing $200. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the Boston area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class. With locations in Canton, Wellesley, Hingham, Brookline, and Framingham, just be sure to tell them Sunny Mornings sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk tech. Nissan has updated its electrification strategy, aiming to electrify 16 out of 30 vehicles by 2026, signaling a shift towards more sustainable transportation. While specifics on the all-electric versus hybrid mix remain unclear, the U.S. market can expect 7 new models, including e-Power and plug-in hybrids. This move marks a progression from Nissan's 2021 promise, though comparisons are challenging without detailed vehicle classifications. Additionally, Nissan anticipates 60% of its global portfolio to be electrified by 2030, increasing the total to 34 vehicles. Amidst these plans, Nissan seems to be recalibrating its ambitions regarding all-solid-state battery technology, now targeting a broader range of battery innovations by 2028. And in entertainment news, the girl with the dragon tattoo is rebooting with a TV series at Amazon and GM Studios and is making progress, with showrunner Vina Sud expressing her enthusiasm for adapting Stieg Larsson's iconic novels for television. The series aims to introduce a new incarnation of Lisbeth Salander, showcasing a woman who defies societal norms. While details remain sparse, this standalone story promises to bring a fresh perspective to the celebrated Millennium Trilogy, which has already inspired multiple film adaptations. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from Jimmy Carter. The 39th President of the United States said, "It is good to realize that if love and peace can prevail on Earth, and if we can teach our children to honor nature's gifts, the joys and beauties of the outdoors will be here forever." And that's a wrap for this morning. Remember to stay tuned tomorrow for more news and updates. Have an amazing day, my good friends.
Okay.